Fantastic. All right, it is 6:31 p.m. on February 26th. We're going to go ahead and kick off this Board of Directors meeting for the FishHawk Ranch West HOA. We have some great things to talk about tonight. Let's see. Myself and Jeff are in the room. Online, we have Thomas, Kevin, and Henry. So we do have a quorum. That's five of the current six. As the president, I have a couple of things I want to talk about. First and foremost, talk about the charter change.
Yes.
So this week, and this is kind of to the members of the community, this week we are going to be pushing out a vote to the entire community to amend the FishHawk Ranch West Charter. This is no small feat, so we don't do it very often. It requires 75% approval from the entire community. So that's roughly 850 homes have to vote yes. So I'm going to take a few minutes and clarify some important things about the proposed amendment that's going to go in section 7.1B of the FishHawk Ranch West Charter. First, I want to be very clear. The vast majority of the leasing language you see in the document is already our current policy. That's not going to change. The only portion that's going to be changed would be the underlined portion in the document that you will see attached to the online poll. So when you open that up, you're going to see this, and then you're going to see the second page. And then the underlined portion is the addition. So what's new? There's going to be two primary updates. And the first one says that no unit may be leased during the first 2 years of ownership. This amendment will only apply to owners who acquire title after the effective date of this. So current owners will be exempt for the new 2-year restriction. And we're not trying to be draconian. The board retains discretion to grant hardship exemptions such as military deployments, family emergencies, or other legitimate circumstances. Everything else you see in this document is as it currently exists. So why are we adding this new 2-year requirement? This is about protecting the long-term stability and discouraging speculative investor purchases within our community. Communities across Florida right now have seen an increase in homes being purchased specifically to immediately convert into rentals. Over time, that can shift the balance of our owner occupancy, reducing community engagement, and create neighborhood instability. By requiring the 2 years of ownership before leasing, we encourage buyers to become part of the neighborhood first. It reinforces that FishHawk Ranch West is primarily a residential community, not an investment vehicle. Importantly, this change does not affect anyone who already owns them. If you purchase before this amendment takes effect, this restriction does not apply to you. And it is not absolute, as I mentioned. If someone faces genuine hardship, like military deployment or medical emergencies, the board has the ability to grant exemptions. This ensures we remain both responsible and reasonable. The amendment is proactive. Once investor concentration rises, it becomes very difficult to reverse. So if we act now, we can help preserve our property values, financing eligibilities, and the character of our neighborhood. This is focused and a limited update designed to protect the long-term interests of our homeowners. Like I mentioned, for the amendment to pass, we need a very large portion of the homeowners to vote yes. So I implore you, if you support making a stable, owner-focused community and protecting long-term property values, please vote yes when you see this come through your email. As always, if you have any questions about this amendment, please reach out to the HOA, management@fhrw.org, or ask a question on our Facebook page. With that being said, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. The next thing I want to do, what is this?
That's the third page of that.
Oh, the third page, gotcha. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is we are going to vote in a new board member tonight. And this is wonderful. Is
Lauren.
both of you are running or
So,
just one?
She's both.
Both of them, both of them.
So
You are two volunteers to be on the board, correct? Okay. So in a minute, I'll give you a chance to come up to the table so that Mike can hear you and introduce yourself to the boards. How this works, according to our bylaws, is that basically when there's a vacancy, the board can fill it until which time we have another election. So, but you will be appointed to the vacant seat for 2 years. It is a substantial time commitment. Before we go ahead and listen to you speak, and before the board votes on which one they want to fill the vacancy, I want you to know this, that being on the board of directors is just a very, very small part of what it takes to run this community. And the vast majority of the hard work is actually done in our committees. We have a finance committee, an architectural committee. We have a social committee, which is really the only fun one. You get a budget and you get to throw parties and events for the kids and for the adults and things like that. And we are in desperate need of help there. So and many other opportunities to assist our neighborhood. So whoever, you are both extremely good candidates. I don't know how we're going to pick, but we're just going to have to. It's like the final season of American Idol, right? We have to pick someone. But I would hope whoever doesn't get picked, please volunteer for these other communities. Stay involved. We welcome your participation. So with that, we'll have you come up to the table and introduce yourselves. And then board members may ask you a few questions. And so Patty's indicating that we're going to have Laura come up first. Lauren. Patty's the boss around here. I can't even see the strings.
Step in front of you is a packet and has their information.
Okay, so first tonight is going to be Lauren Gerard.
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 Close.
Okay, hard G. Wonderful. And you are a resident of the Oaks, is that correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Okay, great. I read your responses and things like that. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I have only lived in the community for about 2 months. The
Okay,
good
well-
news is that I will be here for a long time.
That's great.
I won't be moving anytime soon. I've lived in Florida for several years now. I originally am from Pennsylvania, so yes, I am from up north. I'm one of the people who feels like it is actually pretty warm outside when it's 60 degrees still. I have always wanted to get some experience being on a board and being very transparent with all of you. And I'm in a position now that I can actually dedicate the time to doing that. I have identical twin girls who are now finished with college, with one having a job, thank God.
Congratulations.
Oh, it's a big,
Congratulations.
big impact. You know, work, yes, I am an executive at Citigroup. Yes, I am quite busy with that, but I am at a point in my career where I can spend a lot more time doing something like this. And yes, I would love to use the 2 years of experience and just kind of keep building on, you know, joining boards. I have a lot of experience through the last 20 years in the financial services industry, and that doesn't mean that I can do math. It doesn't mean that I know how to balance records. It just means that I have a lot of background in operations. Right now I manage reputation risk for the firm. So we deal with everything. Even real estate is, you know, one of the main areas that we deal with. And it's, and I really do want to be part of a community, you know, with being in Pennsylvania, I was in a community there. I actually had spent some time in the villages as well. And also, in my last place in New York, you know, like that building and how they managed it. I just always wanted to participate in something like this. So when I saw the email and it just happened to coincide when I just moved in, I thought, wow, this could really be a good opportunity.
Fantastic.
So.
Thank you very
That's-
much. To our board members, now is the question and answer phase to get to know Lauren a little bit better. Any board members have any questions? I will start. So, let's say hypothetically that the board or the HOA came into a substantial amount of money to the tune of maybe $300,000-$400,000, like we recently did by signing an agreement with one of the telecommunications companies. The board was faced with a decision what to do with this money. We can invest it back into the community, build more amenities, or we can use it to offset the dues and reduce everyone's dues for a year or two. How would you handle this situation, and what would be your recommendation?
Oh, boy, okay. Well, first I would look at, and I don't have the history, but I would actually look back in the history over the last several years. I would look at what are the complaints about the community? How have people reacted to other initiatives that you put into place? Did you put a new playground in? Is it being used? Are people complaining, I'm just making this up, but like, you know, complaining about, oh, we need more, something else with the dog parks, or can we take some of maybe the dog park and move it into something else? You know, what are the people in the community saying? So that is one of the first things that I would do. Frankly, I would also look at what the economy is right now and say, is it a strong economy? Does it look like the forecast is going to be strong? Then I would probably say, take the funds, and depending on where we are in the world, maybe you do decrease the dues. You use part of it to decrease the dues to give relief to people because they need it, because the economy is gonna be bad, or perhaps, if the economy is pretty strong, like it is right now, although strong, it's gonna stay, then you invest it into the community. I think it would depend on the circumstances
Sure.
of what's happening here to actually make a decision as to where that money would be best spent. And I do believe in listening to, no different than I would do in the job today, is listening to what my team and other teams are saying and what direction you think we should head in to help support that, so.
Thank you. Other board members have any questions? Jeff is saying no.
This is Thomas. I mean, my question is in reference to what ideas or methods do you think we can use to get more community involvement? Because if you look at most of the meetings online, we have maybe one or two homeowners that actually participate. How do we get more involvement because we're just representatives of homeowners?
Yeah, I mean, and I know that sometimes is a really tough one to crack. And again, I'd have to kind of get. We've done, what everybody here has done in the past. I think sometimes if you can try to make it very inviting for people to come in, and it's not just about the time or the location. Maybe it is sending out a survey or emails or, putting some sort of an incentive almost behind it. Now, obviously, I'm not talking monetary or anything, but is there some kind of incentive, like what would draw people here? Is it the topics? Is it something that maybe they would want to talk about? Is it a problem in the community? And then how do you actually draw them into coming to the meeting? And I mean, I think it sounds like from everything that I've seen so far in the last few months, I mean, it's very transparent community. And people really do seem to care about things, but I think it is hard. You gotta lead the people to the water and and then maybe they'll drink it. I'm a little bit lost as to exactly, can I come up with 3 things today that we could do to get people into the room?
Yeah.
And I do think.
I can tell you one thing that'll do it, threaten to raise dues.
Yeah, but well, without being a negative topic.
Right.
I mean, yes, right. I was thinking more positively on that end, or, yeah, you're right. Or a scandal or something will definitely fill the room. But how do you get people here on a positive note that will actually contribute? And then you can hear,
Yes.
I wouldn't
Not
like-
raising dues.
Yeah.
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Well, awesome, great. We don't want to drag this out too long, keep you in the hot seat too long. That's it. Any other board members going once?
Kevin, you don't have any
Twice.
questions?
Just one quick question. How thick is your skin?
I always said I really wanted to go into politics, but
Mm.
I would never be able to handle if people really hated me, like, how would I handle that?
You sure you
So-
want to be on an HOA?
So how thick is my skin? It's really funny. So I've worked at, Chase and City both.
Mhm.
And, at one institution, you see the knife coming and the other one you don't. And thick skin from JPM a little bit because you see that coming and you get sandblasted. And you kind of learn, somebody really starts sandblasting you. How do you just control your emotions and take the deep breath and say, I'm not listening to the noise and not getting emotional, as some other people will. I'm just gonna keep my cool. I'm gonna listen to what you're saying and figure out how I would actually respond to that if it wasn't getting so heated. So, thick skin, no, I would probably go home and scream and cry, you know what I mean? But not, certainly not in a setting where I'd have to deal with the community, community member or board members if we disagreed on something, or, I think a lot of it's about just managing that emotion. And dealing with thick skin. I don't have it. I'll be very honest. I don't think I would say that at work. I mean, I'll say that here, but I don't have thick skin at all, but I certainly know how to handle the situation and not get emotional.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Well, we'll let you out of the hot seat for now. Thank you very much for coming out. Ma'am, you're up next. Up next is Aura Cisneros.
Okay.
And ma'am, you are, where do you live in the neighborhood?
I live here across the street though.
Where should- Oh, okay, so on Village Center Drive, 6008, wonderful. Okay,
I don't
welcome.
think I'm gonna beat her, so she did her job. I think it's over though. But anyways, my name is Aura Cisneros, as I told you, been in the neighborhood for over 8 years, almost 9 now, March. So it's gonna be our 9th anniversary. Moved to Florida around 20 years old, very much. I'm originally from Nicaragua. Been and moving to the United States over 40 years now. I served in the Air Force as an active duty officer. Retired after 20 years of services, and then I decided to transition to the civilian life and moving to Florida. It seems to be like a perfect environment for me. I'm very family oriented, so I usually like to say that I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and a daughter, and a happy mother. So I really focus on family. Didn't have the chance, during my time, when I was younger, to get involved in the community as I wish, due to the constant moving
Right.
when I was in the military. And like pretty much my husband was the husband,
The
the
stay-at-home
civilian
dad.
husband kind of thing. So it was an interesting, interaction for us. But I think that this is a good time for me to try to do a little bit more for the community. And I'm being in this neighborhood for over 8 years, and I am really happy and pleased with everything that has been happening here. My experience is basically more inclined to the medical field. I'm a physician by profession. I'm a dentist too. I'm being actually right now serving as a chief dental officer for Sancos Community Health Center. So I'm really involved in the community
Right.
service. So we do a lot of activities, events. We serve the people that are under the 200% poverty level. So we try to hear the needs and everybody. I'm also chairman right now of the board for the Sancos Korea Academy. There is an organization that we built with intention to educate the youth, that are trying to figure out what to do with their life,
Right.
and at the same time giving them the opportunity to do a short-term career that can help them to earn, an income and get better. So that's pretty much like what I can tell about me. I'm a happy person. I like to to talk a lot. I can tell. I consider myself very, balanced. I learned through, like I'm very organized, probably because my military, background.
Right.
I'm very, organized, and I liked. Sometimes it's kind of like good and bad. I don't know, for some people, because like I'm very transparent. I'm very straightforward when it comes to communication. But I like to be respectful and keep things professional. But I will still make sure, that like the people will understand things. Being in charge of the dental department right now, I can tell you I'm dealing with 180 people with different backgrounds, cultural, multicultural. So I can tell you that I know how to deal with different, personalities, and and how to handle very delicate, situations. But again, I don't have the opportunity yet to know how to work. So probably I might not be the best candidate because I'm not being so much involved, with the community. But I try to be a very good neighbor and, and help everybody. I think that, that we have a lot of potential for this community to grow and to become, even better. I always strive for the best, and I'm pretty sure that, that we can do, a lot with the, using the technology, social media, and everything else that we have available for us now. Our community, I'm seeing that I like to walk a lot, around, and I'm seeing that there is a lot of youth, families, young families that, that probably, we need to make sure that they can, that we can grow those interests on them, to make sure that they can be part of the community, because the way that things are going now is like people are more individual. We are tagging so many things that we had to do in daily, basis. And we got distracted very easy, and we don't get involved because we are focusing on our own stuff. And I think that, that technology and social media will be a very good way for us to capture those people and bring them to, to the community to actively participate, more, and to become a real neighbor where we can, meet each other and know the names, and, and help everybody when somebody is that, I like to watch my neighbors, whenever they are, going out or whatever out of the state, I say, hey, I'm gonna keep an eye on your class, and that's the things that I'm looking for, like to have. But I know that there is other responsibilities as well. So, and I'm here willing to learn and happy to, thank you for the opportunity for me to participate in this interview.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming out and telling us about yourself. I'll start off the questions again.
Okay.
Since you've been here for almost 9 years, I guess what's one thing you've seen happen in the community that you're like, wow, I'm really glad the HOA did that. And then what's one other thing since you've been here for 9 years that you say, why haven't they taken action on this yet? I walk around the neighborhood all the time, and why aren't they doing something about this?
I would say that I like we are, like making sure that everybody follow, like the facade for the houses to make sure that people are keeping things clean and neat. And, that we are making sure, that we are not overdoing or not doing too much.
Right.
So I think that is very helpful to maintain, not only the aesthetic of the houses, but also the value of our houses. So, that I think that that's something that is really good. And I'm seeing that has been very consistent, that we have been monitoring and, I can see the emails from time to time that we're trying to reinforce, even though I know that is hard. But it is good, that we are trying to make sure that people are understanding, what we need to do to make sure that everybody is keeping the houses, in good standing. One of the things I think that I would like to see that I am not too happy about is about the trees. And I know that sometimes, with the hurricanes, we lost some trees and then I'm not seeing those trees being replaced. Or, like I would say that I would like to see a little bit more of, like the maintenance when it comes to to replacing basically, the flora and, the trees that we have around. Because I feel sorry about those trees,
Same
we
way.
lost them and I'm like,
Mhm.
it would be great that we can like this in the corner, like we lost, in one of the hurricanes, we lost a beautiful big tree we had there. And we have not putting anything. Sometimes I feel tempted to go and plant it myself, and I'm like, I don't want to break the rules, but I can tell you that that's something that I really love plants and I do a lot of gardening. So that's something that for me is, like really nice to.
I think that's a great point. And if we can replace a tree, we should, absolutely. All right, Tom, our agricultural guy is here tonight, so we can talk to him about that. He's more than happy to
He's
plant
all
trees. That's great. I do have one follow-up question, and I'm curious thinking about this. So I noticed on your bio, you were on the member of the Public Health Board for MacDill Air Force Base. When was this and for how long?
Was the period of 2007 to 2011.
Okay, oh, so it's a long time ago.
Yes.
Okay, my question might not be
Don't
relevant.
ask my age now.
It was sometime. It was sometime. It wasn't that long. Then my question might not be relevant then, so never mind. It dealt with mold in the public housing on base, but I think that's after your time, so.
Oh, I see. But I can tell you that I pretty much was the pioneer. We did a lot of work with them, on my time, the time that I served, we tried to make sure that we involve the families.
Mhm.
So I was monitoring, fluoride in the water. We were visiting, the gym and, like making sure that, people will know what to do when they have a knockout tooth. We were like, visiting the commissary to make sure, that we can target those veterans that are unable to get dental services. And at that time, we were still having, the clinic in front of the, the ocean. So, we were receiving a lot of people. Then we moved to the new building that is, next to the airport park. And on that part, we try to make sure that we are, like visiting the schools that we have inside, the base, the clubs, for the Boy Scouts clubs. And, and we try to be very proactive and involving the community with, the activities that we were doing in the clinics. So we did a lot of, follow-ups for, for our militaries also. Because, in MacDill, we pretty much were working with Southcom, CENTCOM, foreign militaries. So we have a large community. At some point, we were like very unable to meet the needs of everybody. So we had to go outside And we get involved with community, organizations, like the Oral Health Associations for Hillsborough County, and other, communities around to make sure that, Florida Oral Health Association to make sure that we can get, Florida Voices, and other organizations to make sure that, that we can, make sure that our soldiers and our, military families were, taken care of and, the communities where they were.
Great. Any questions from other board members? Anyone online or in the room? Kevin? Who else is online? That's it. Kevin's the only one online. Oh, Henry's there. Henry. Nothing from you.
I would just ask again the thick skin question because it's important.
What was your question, Kevin?
How thick is your skin? Because again, in a community our size, there are a lot of people who don't agree with some of the decisions we make. So you can't make everybody happy all the time. So how would you deal with that?
Well, I can tell you, I'm very thick, by the way. Probably like a crocodile. But I learned, through life. I think that, at some point in our lifetime, maybe a little bit because the age that we get all mature and my exposition to deal with many people, and my military background as well. I think that like I learned how to be patient, how to follow instructions, how to work for the team. I always tell my people that everybody take a selfie picture, but I like to take the panoramic so I can see the view when I'm making decisions. I try to be fair. I always joke with them that I grab my heart, I put it on the table, so I won't go for like sentiments or feelings or feeling sorry or anything that can make me incline in a way that is not going to be fair for the rest of the team. And that's how we try to make the decisions. I think that is very important to keep the balance as well. That's what I like to be like firm and assertive, but at the same time trying to do things in a kind way and with a little bit of a joke and making them laugh, but at the same time telling you what you need to do, how to do it, and try to work with everybody. People have different personalities. Some people needs a little bit more of assertive approach. Others needs to be a little bit more calm and more tender loving care. So depending on personalities too, that we have to accommodate for everybody. But definitely I think that like I don't consider myself a people person, but I think that I'm very well when it comes to managing personalities and
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much.
thank you so much for your time.
Kevin, can you still hear us online? Everything froze for a second there.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fantastic. Okay, at this point, we vote. Right, American Idol style.
Wow, that's quick.
Yeah, that's it. And then you're on the board. Then we do it at the beginning because once we vote, you're on the board. You're here for the rest of the meeting. So
Can I ask one general question of both of them?
yeah, sure.
I know Mark mentioned in the beginning, if either of you don't get elected, are you still willing to participate in some of the committees? Or is it kind of okay, yeah,
I'm getting on track of that after 9 months, so I'm going to go to the secret activity. Basically because my work before was a little more intense. And now that I have the opportunity, I think that definitely that's something that I will.
Good question. All right. I guess to vote, it's not a secret ballot, so we'll just go around the room and you say the name of the person you.
Look, does the board want to speak? We'll go on silent. You don't have to.
We don't need to, it's not a political event or, it's, I think you both are fantastic people and how about I
Very
step down?
qualified. Yeah,
You
you
can
want
have
to-
my seat.
And then I step down.
I think you both are great.
Both guys are warm, so
What's that?
they're mixed together.
Yeah.
And then it goes to this one.
There's Lauren and Aura. Right? Is that how you say it? Aura, right?
Aura,
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Can I say what I like about Aura's experience?
Yes.
Is she has committees. She gets groups of people together and goes there.
Mhm.
I think she would be great social.
Mhm.
she could take it and run with it. But I mean, that's just my opinion,
Mhm.
not that I don't vote, so you know. Because you've had a lot of interaction with groups of people, large bunches of people, putting things together and knowing you're organized and can handle events like that.
Huh. I always like to vote last because I don't want to influence anybody's decision, so we will go
Good luck.
to.
Yeah. I just get one vote, right?
Yeah, you just get one.
Yeah.
You're tall, you don't get two votes because you're tall.
So I think my vote's gonna go for Lauren, and the perspective of that is, it is something that would also benefit you, as you mentioned, it would help you be on a board, I know you're already the chair of the board. So the experience, I would love for you to still be around and do the community aspect and bring everybody together, because that's the part that I'm most concerned with in the community, is not the community. So I personally wouldn't want you to, not waste, that's the wrong term, but spend time doing this when we need to bring people together. So that's what we need, is the idea of how to bring people together. Because we're missing a lot of. She's usually the only one.
All right, Jeff.
I'm voting for
Okay.
prejudicial because ex-Air Force.
Okay, you can explain it, or you don't have to explain it, just say it, we can move on.
Air
Force medical.
EJ, so.
Wonderful. Henry. What's the,
Like to see Lauren on the board.
okay. Kevin?
I'm gonna echo everybody else's sentiment, and I will cast my vote for Lauren. Thank you.
Okay, so it's 3-1 and.
Four.
Huh? No, Jeff voted for Aura.
Oh, I
Right?
thought you said.
Yes,
he voted
he
for
did.
Aura.
Sorry.
Yeah. Very similar sounding names.
It's his accent.
It is.
Southern accent.
Well, my vote doesn't count anymore because we already have a majority, but still, Lauren, I would love to have you on our board of directors. And Aura, I would love to have you on our social committee. We desperately need help there, getting people together for the fun activities. There's all kinds of things that we want to do. Easter egg hunts, Christmas parties, casino nights here in the lake house. And we just don't have, we have the budget, we have the money, that's not the problem, is we need the people to plan it. And so if you would accept that, I would love to have you, we'll motion next to put you on the social committee. That's 4-1, so the motion is to appoint Lauren. Yeah, it's not on that page. You're pointing at the word lap pool, that's not helping me.
Laura, can you change your name for a moment?
Motion to appoint Lauren Gerard to the FishHawk Board of Directors. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion passed. Welcome to the board. Thank you so much for volunteering. Ma'am, would you want to be on our social committee?
We do vote now.
You would?
Yes.
Fantastic. Motion to appoint Aura to the social committee. Is there a second? Jeff seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Fantastic. Motion carries. Thank you.
Best board meeting of the year.
So close. All right. We have a lot of other things on the agenda. I see a lot of agricultural stuff, planting trees. Yeah, please come up and join us now. I see that we have quite a few, we have, comparatively speaking to none, we have quite a few people online tonight. So what I'd like to do is motion to jump straight to resident comments.
You want to do that?
Is there a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we're gonna jump to resident comments, so you don't have to sit through us vote on every tree that gets planted if you want something, if you have something to say. What I'd ask you to do is we're at the beginning of the meeting, so please keep your comments to 3 minutes. If you exceed 3 minutes, you're welcome to stick around to the end of the meeting and finish whatever it is you had to say in final resident comments. But I just wanted to offer that opportunity since we have so many people online. Is there anyone online that would like to do, that is here to say something?
It's dinner. No.
I would like to say something.
All right, Jen, your 3 minutes starts now.
I was wondering if we could put some money for Westlake around the sign, some flowers, because it's been coming out of my pocket.
That is Patty's.
I know
Right.
it's a fine line where it belongs to the CDC, but they haven't done anything. It's about maybe $30 to, every season, maybe plant some new flowers in there.
I hate that idea. And I will say this. I will come to her defense. We put in do not drive here signs when the CDD refused to take action because it was cheap. Over in Paradise, right?
Mhm.
And this is a simple thing. It's flowers and maybe it costs a few $100. So I say we at least get a quote from Tom and see what it costs us.
Yes. I agree.
How's that sound, Jen?
Great. Just a reminder, the sprinklers for some reason don't work regularly there either. Remember,
Oh.
Patty, a while ago, I reported it spraying. It must have been like 2 years ago. So
let's-
if we do
what-
plant some, we got to look at that.
It's one of those things that keeps growing. It's like the time me and my
I'm
brother.
done now, I promise.
Jen, have you spoken to Rachel in the CDD?
No, ma'am.
Oh, we'll talk to them first. So the CDD's been doing a great job putting flowers in everywhere, and maybe they just don't know that that's theirs to maintain.
They probably don't, because it's a new company.
Yeah.
Jen, can you come to the CDD meeting next Thursday here in the office at 10 a.m.?
Yeah, can you send me something in my email, please? The invite or, oh, it's in person?
If it's in person.
They
What time
probably,
again?
it's theirs. They need to maintain.
Yeah, Rachel may not know.
Yeah, because it's a new company. Like, so they're planting flowers everywhere else. They look great and the oaks and everything. So, okay. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Jen. Hopefully we can get that resolved.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else online have something to say? No? Okay, then we're gonna move into treasurer report, sir.
All right, so we sent out the January financial statements. I got those done, got the bank reconciliations completed for January, and there's a couple of things I want to go over with the board tonight. The first of which is in doing the bank reconciliations, I noticed there were a lot of things that were old outstanding items, transfers, journal entries, things like that from 25 as well as 24 in some cases, yeah. And I know that there was an email that was sent out this morning from the auditor asking about some things that I think had cleared, but this is regarding the uncleared items. So I'm going to go back at some point and try and get rid of those because I know that that's going to be an issue with the auditor going forward. So in 2025, that would be an exception to the audit. So that would be something that we don't want to have happen. So I'm gonna see if I can get that cleared up. That's a matter of reversing a lot of those entries, but there's quite a few in each one of the bank accounts. The second thing I wanted to go over was that I would like to change the process that we're doing for check paying. So that was something I talked with Patty about. I mentioned that to Mark and Thomas as well. But currently, the way we're doing things is that Jennifer will get a bill, enter that into Appfolio. Patty will approve that invoice. Then I will get the information and then go ahead and print out the checks. Then I contact Patty to let her know that the check is available for her. She will stop by my office. She will pick those up. She'll bring them back. She'll try to get somebody to sign those and then send that out to the vendor. So Appfolio does have a service in there that allows us to make those payments, I think, a little bit easier for everybody. There is a fee involved in doing this, of course. They're not going to do that for free. But for some of the vendors we've tried already, some of the more consistent vendors that we have, Sunrise being one of them, we have set them up with the bank information in there, and we can make an ACH transfer directly into their bank account, which is what they call an e-check. So as long as it gets approved, which is why you guys have gotten a bunch of emails from Appfolio recently, which is also great, I think, because it gives you guys the chance to review that. You're essentially digitally signing off on it, then signing the check, I guess. I tested that on my invoice. It took about 4 days, 4 business days, and I think that they can speed that process up after the initial payment goes through with the bank to make sure they're okay with that. And I think it'll make things a lot easier. The other option would be, other than the e-check, is they have a service where if the bank information is not set up with a vendor, they'll go ahead and mail a check out. So if anybody's ever used like a bill paying service from their bank, that's basically what they'll do, is they'll go ahead and mail a check out on behalf of the HOA. I think that's going to make things a lot easier going forward, but the cost involved in doing that, which I don't think is very significant, but it is, well, based on the number of checks that we had in previous months, it's average about 25 to 30 checks. So it would be roughly around $40 to $50 a month to go ahead and do that. And the offset would be, well, we don't have stationery anymore, we don't have the postage, we don't have to mail it out, not to mention the time, Patty having to come by and pick it up all the time. So I think that would be a much better way to go about doing this. We did test that. And I think everything worked out okay for February as far as the e-checks went. So the more common payments that we have for vendors were the ones that we tried. And I think that worked out okay. So I'd like to do that going forward because I think it'll be a lot more efficient process for everybody. But I want, because there was a cost, I wanted to bring that up to the board then.
Fantastic. Motion to approve the new check cashing process up to $100 a month.
Approved.
Jeff seconds.
Yeah.
Any discussion, questions?
His smile.
Sounds like a good idea.
All in favor?
It's a very manual process.
Aye.
Aye.
I will, are you good?
Yeah,
Anything
that's
else?
in the month, yeah.
I talked to one of the audit firms that we talked to, we're still waiting on.
Well, we sent that information, both Michael and I.
Correct.
So
So we just gotta wait for him to finish that one before anybody's willing to start,
Okay.
obviously,
Yeah.
or they're gonna wanna re-audit. So
Exactly.
we already paid for that.
So we're still, how close are we to finishing the 2024 audit?
It's a great question. We keep asking, emails keep going back and forth.
This morning's email, I don't know if you were copied on it,
Yeah.
246, unreconciled.
The more he digs, the more he finds that the previous firm just, in my opinion, this is not what he said, but just did something to make it say that it was right
Right.
versus like actually verifying the information. So
I have to go through those for 2024, the 246 items, see if I can
Yeah.
find the previous month,
Mhm.
and previous months to see if they cleared.
Got it. So we're working on it. We keep finding things that need to be fixed, but we're
Correct.
making progress.
yes, and it goes back to when the audit wasn't done the year prior and they just did the letter saying we couldn't audit.
I see.
We're trying to correct 3 years of
Well,
issues.
Yeah.
And obviously he didn't bill that.
Mm.
He did get a step up when we voted on it last time, but he hasn't yet asked. I'm assuming that's probably gonna come at some point again,
Mhm.
just based on the amount of hours he's putting into this
Yeah.
audit.
All right. Let's see, we're in the end of February. How are we doing financially on the year so far? Collections bringing in versus.
Yeah, we did have that
expenditures?
issue with the 35 cents for a bunch of different accounts,
Yes.
which,
I don't even know if I told the board about that. So there is it was 35 cents charged to some homeowners. I
Yeah.
have no idea. Well, it was because it was a reverse instead of a credit. Did you get through that?
yeah, I went to one of them and I sent that information, I emailed you last night about that. I just want to make sure it was okay before I moved on to the other ones, but I think I figured out a way in the software to resolve that issue. It's not exactly the steps that they gave to us, but
I couldn't do it. the way
it
they-
accomplishes the same thing.
Right. I sat on the phone with that Folio or emailing at Folio, probably 3.5 hours trying to straighten it out.
We gotta fix it.
Well, Mike.
Yeah, I'm moving forward on using the corrective
That's
method
great.
that I had,
That's
so
great.
we'll see if we can get that fixed. Other than that, I didn't see any issues with
Okay.
assessments or anything.
All right, we're on track and our spending and everything like that. We got,
Yeah, landscaping, which I think is gonna be a concern with all of the, you know, the winter death that we have, I guess, but,
Mhm.
we're kind of high on the master side of the budget.
Well, and that was one of the things I meant to email you about. So with the mulch and stuff like that, we did it last year, but we paid it this year.
Okay,
So can we?
in January?
Yeah.
Okay,
So can we take that out of last year's money and then not affect this year's budget?
I can probably see if we can accrue that back to last year.
Okay,
Yeah.
because the money was there.
Okay,
I'll send you the invoices so you can see, because it was through all of the communities too.
okay, and they just allocate it to the other communities, because the other communities are great
Yeah.
as far as the expense goes. That's probably the reason why. Yeah, okay.
great.
Right, and then the paired billers, the master was paying money on their credit card, and we had to transfer it from the paired billers to pay the master back. That was $20,000.
Yeah, we still don't have a great solution for the payments for the all the rain sensors that went in. Right now, it's 200, whatever it is, individual payments, and all of them are small. The problem is Florida passed a law where we can't have a debit card for the HOA anymore. So we can only have credit cards. which it makes it really weird.
Thought it was the other way around.
No, because we went through this, that's why you got me.
And the reason you're allowed to have the credit card is because like they're both personally signed for those credit cards versus they're concerned with the debit. Nobody's like
Yeah, it makes sense.
liable.
If debit, you're taking out straight cash. You can go to the
Yeah,
ATM,
yeah.
take it and go to Mexico. Whereas,
So like, well, we're running into that weird one where it's like, we don't have a credit card for the correct association subdivision.
okay.
So like the credit cards are both associated with the master, they're not associated with.
So we just need a PD specific credit
I
card.
think so. I think that would probably be the quickest way to solve it.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
one for Sagewood.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable fix.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out how to get that.
All right. Sounds good.
I don't know, we vote on that one to say open new credit card and.
No,
Do you? Yes.
because it's budgeted money anyway.
Okay, all right.
It's
Good.
not like we were doing that, so we're good to go.
Okay.
Right, and here's the copy of the financials if anybody wants to look at them.
I will, not right now. I'll take them home.
Take them back.
Good luck, baby.
Yeah, this is what keeps me up at night.
It's good reading.
Just don't text me at 3 a.m, Patty, what is this?
Where's the money, Betty? Where's the money? Okay, fantastic. Other officer reports. Let's see, that's president, treasurer, secretary, or vice. You guys got anything?
No, I have nothing to report. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Nothing to report from me. Thanks.
All right, committees. We don't have any committee members online. I
We do now.
We do now. So.
We do need to, so Lauren is just gonna be a director.
But now?
Lauren's just gonna be a director at this point, not. Because there's no other position shells.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to know this way for a minute. You're good.
Okay. Let's see. Does she have a board packet, by the way?
No, because you couldn't get it when I emailed it.
No, there was nothing looking, yeah.
Do you have a paper
So
one?
hang on. Actually. She has.
Committees, okay, violations. Violations would be the next thing we're gonna talk about. I mean, I'll pull it up while you're looking for that. Board packet's only 110 pages, so.
Oh,
Bob, pulling up that, can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
I've had inquiries about the spring yard sale dates.
Spring yard sale dates, okay.
So if we stay in line with Big FishHawk,
Mhm.
theirs is April 17th for the twilight and April 18th for the yard sale.
Sounds great to me.
Okay.
April 17th and 18th.
Social committee, you okay with that?
Sounds good to me. All right, let's see. So 4 violations. Let's see, there are 1, 2. So typically when we do violations, we don't read them all out loud. Lauren. Lauren is in. Yeah, so there's 6 violations.
I sent you an updated one I had left
Oh.
off of the main page. So there's 7. It was included in the packet. I just didn't put it
I
on
got
the
it.
main page.
Pulling it up now. Okay, I see it. Yeah, 7. 7 violations. Okay, so we're looking at unapproved landscaping like lava stone, a bunch of trash cans sitting in driveways, and a one other thing. Does everybody see the packet? It's a blue tarp on a roof. So first issue for everybody went out in January or December or February. A lot of trash cans are February. That's an easy one. And then second issue went out February, late January for all of them. And then final issue for all of them was the 23rd. So 7 violations. They were all mailed, certified mail. She has the tracking numbers. Fantastic. At this time, I motion to send all 7. Wait, hold on a second. Time out. You mean to tell me that people, you got a trash can in the driveway and you notified them 2 months ago and they just did nothing and you motioned them
Still there.
again and they did nothing
Still
again?
there.
Okay.
Is there anybody living there?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's out at the street and then it gets moved from the street back up to the front by the driveway, by the garage door.
Hmm.
But it's sitting in front of the garage door on the driveway. Not put
Understood.
away.
Understood. It's got to be around the side of the house, shielded by landscaping, or in the garage. Yeah. Very well. Motion to send all 7 of these violations to the fining committee, fining $100 a day, up to a maximum of $1,000 per violation, or until cured, whichever comes first. Is there a second?
Sorry.
Thank you. Any discussion?
So we can make sure it's not you.
No, I saw one that was an appeal, so I was like, I'll just make sure we weren't
Yes.
voting on the one that.
What's with the stones?
It says lava stone installed, no arc on
So,
file.
so they did not file a request to have architectural request reviewed.
Okay,
And it's lava stone, which is not one of the items that is approved. They have taken away all the mulch and it's all lava stone.
Okay.
And how do we notify them? Just like the first issue, second issue, like it's, I see certified mail, but it doesn't say yes. If we, do you
Jen?
confirm that?
So,
first?
yes,
Okay.
so the first, if they're electronic, if they're signed up for electronic notifications, all the first and second go to emails. The final issue I mail and certified mail. So it goes both ways. And then I just mailed them out this week, so I'll start getting the receipts. And the notification of the receipt in the next couple of days.
And then you'll start finding them after they get the certified mail or no?
So it goes to the finding committee and the finding committee will have a meeting based on.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And
Okay.
if they show up to the
Okay.
funding committee meeting and said, hey, I fixed it, here's a picture, then there is no fine.
Okay.
It's not till that meeting that they get a fine.
Right.
So they have some time
right.
to fix it.
Yeah.
How does it work? Do they get fined for, like, this house has two of them?
So it
Is
would be two separate.
Two
fines.
separate, okay.
Oh,
And then she mentioned that she sent that, so we have, Lauren, we have 1,237 homes in this HOA. 19 people are not signed up for electronic, 19 homes. So we have to send out, every time we send out a notice, we email it, and then we have to send out 19 letters to accompany it. So just for your,
okay.
yeah. All right, any further discussion on the violations? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, unanimous motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the minutes for the last meeting. Motion to approve the minutes for January 29th. Second,
Second.
Thomas seconds. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Sure, guy. Are you still looking at violations?
There's a lot of them.
Are you doom scrolling? Let's go. Come on, man. We're having a meeting.
I was watching, I was just looking at the violation, go ahead.
Minutes approved. Motion carries. New business. Appeal for waiver of fine, 5725 water co.
So,
Is there a picture of that?
is actually on the call right now.
I was unaware we had an appeal this week. All right, this is,
I think, like before we have.
good. All right, let's see. So the, for a backstory for the board to, let's see, the violation is for, well, Jennifer, do you want to tell us what this violation is for?
You have the paper for me, I did not, that's the printed.
No worries, I'm gonna put you on the spot. So basically it is for maintenance of watering, mowing and edging, and then weeds and underbrush. Is that what it is?
The weeds in the underbrush,
Yeah.
yes, around the house and in the landscaping beds.
Yeah, so initial,
The first one was in.
Yeah.
Then, September.
yes,
Yes.
September 10th of 2025. And that is in the board packet. I see pictures.
This, what?
Water car.
Water color. This house right here. I mean, grass is green is green, could be. Okay, and then the second notice was sent in October 2025.
And what community is this?
That's across the
The
street.
main mass.
Yes, note about spoke with homeowner on October 24th. You will explain it to the lawn team to make sure these areas are taken care of.
With the edging around the house or edging around the landscaping beds
Mhm.
were overgrown and the weeds were in the landscaping beds is what the original violation was written for.
And then backstory, homeowner stopped by December 15th. Let me know these items have been taken care of and we'll be sending pictures. Let him know that this is on the schedule for January 13th to be reviewed. And then there are pictures. Okay, I see edging. Okay. And then it's probably January 13th prior to finding meeting. And then
Those are Jen's pictures, as she told me.
these are Jen's pictures. She's
The
like, yeah.
committee asked me to always take pictures the day of the meeting.
It looks very overgrown. Looks edged though. And then notice of decision. So what is this one here? This was on January 14th. The finding committee basically voted to instill the fine. Okay, and that's it. So that's,
Oh, he's online.
he's online. It's wonderful. Okay, sir, John, the floor is yours. I can see the pictures, we can see the history. It looks like, yeah, I'll let you talk. Go ahead, John.
Yes, sir. So can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. First of all, good evening, and I've been watching what's happening here, and I really appreciate. I feel like I should be more participating more frequently in these meetings and understand what's going on. But I'll come to that. I have a feedback, but I'll come to that. But let's focus on the issue at hand right now. I'd like to thanks to the board members for giving me opportunity to present my case here. I just wanted to start by saying that I genuinely respect the standards of a community and the way you all stay on top of it and make sure the residents stay on top of it. And when I received the letter on 24th of October about the landscaping, I took it seriously and addressed the issue at the time, and I believed I had corrected what was identified, and I didn't take the photos back then because I honestly thought the matter was resolved. Then later on, I learned that there was a concern. I think on 15th of December, I reached out to Jennifer, and I understood that HO office, HOA feels like it's still in non-compliant. Then I made sure everything is fully cleaned up again, take the photos, documented, because I told Jennifer that I would share the photos. And then I shared the photos a little late after the vacation, after the year end, but the photos were dated as of 15th December. You could see the date as well. So um, I completely understand and the need to enforce the standards, but my only concern here is the timing. If the issue was corrected before the fine was executed, I'm respectfully asking the board to reconsider whether the fine is appropriate. I know on the day of fining, the photos show the palm leaves were cut and they were on the ground. That's because I injured my tennis elbow and my wife was shredding those, and one of the thorn got into her hand, so she had to stop that halfway through. We fixed that the later day. She went back and then she put the gloves and took those off, but they were lying on the ground. I mean, it's such a coincidence that they were on the ground when the photos were taken. So it's not intentional that we want to keep it non-compliant, but it was just the coincidence that happened. So I would kindly request the board to reconsider about the finding.
Jennifer, when's the last time you were by this property?
This afternoon.
This afternoon? Do we have pictures from this afternoon?
I have not uploaded them because I did not get them until late, but I have.
Oh, can I see them?
Yes. Sorry.
If I swipe this way, I'll let you do the swiping.
Yeah. You can see.
All right. John, I gotta say, it still kind of looks kind of messy, man. You need to mow.
The grass is almost two-thirds dead because of the freeze that we have. I'm afraid that, I see in portions there is the grass grown up, but I feel like if I step on it, it'll die. So I'm just giving it some time to recover, sir.
Poor palm tree too. That's a shame. I hope your palm tree comes back.
We trimmed it. We do that every year. We trim it really to the brim, and then it comes back because it blocks my view from the window from where I sit. So that's what we do every year. And yeah,
the cold, how it killed the one from the cold. Here's what I'm gonna do, John.
yes, sir.
Want to take your $1,000. That's a ton of money, but I also want you to maintain your lawn for your neighbors. So can you mow it and trim it and edge it and get it in good looking shape a week? And next Thursday, we'll send Jennifer by. And then if it's in good shape, then we waive the fine. Does that sound fair enough, sir?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. I was just holding off. I see the grass grown here in pockets, but I was just holding off because by mowing on top of the dried grass, it would just kill the grass. That's why I was holding off. But I will certainly see the right time, probably this weekend, and then mow it
We do have a
certainly
policy.
before next Thursday. I appreciate that, so.
Motion would be to extend the grace period. What? Yes, ma'am.
We do have a policy that.
We have a policy? Oh, well, I don't want to go against policy. What's the policy?
When they get to fine, that is either 250 or 500 that they have to pay, even if the board leaves the fee.
Is that the policy? What's the fine? Do you have it?
I don't have a reason. You signed it.
Patty's telling me the policy. Hold on. Is it uploaded to our website? Motion to table this so I can find the policy and we'll move on to the next thing. And then we'll come back to it. Is there a second?
Yeah.
Thomas seconds. All in favor of tabling this for a minute?
Right. Fine.
All right.
Oh,
Next is the spectrum lease agreement. Let's skip that for a minute. Thomas, you want to take charge of carry out the plan of the day with all the sunrise stuff until I find this,
Yeah, well, that's me, slow yeah.
so we don't slow things down. There you go.
Got it, perfect.
In the meantime, I'll pull up the policy.
All right, so the first one that we have a proposal for is for the Masters Association. See if there's not photos in this one. The proposal, do you have all? Yeah, across the right events, yeah, awesome. Just like which parts of the community?
Yeah, so I sent over proposals for each one of the sections of the community. So for the master, Sandpiper Crest, Sagewood, the paired villas in Westlake, just to go through all the plant material that was frost and freeze damaged. Dead stuff that we think will recover. We want to do a good solid cut back on it so that it does recover properly, right? So I gave you guys 5 proposals for that. I talked to Patty. I did include some sample pictures on the actual proposal. She usually prints copies for you guys, but it's basically running through the community, flipping things back, anything that we think is going to come back, I want to invest some time in, so it comes back good. It does not include any replacing of anything that does not survive, but we're going to evaluate it, give everything the best chance we can to recover. So that was the end of the 5 proposals for that. I just wanted to see if there was anything else.
There was that one specific sod replacement.
So the sod replacement over in the paired villas at 5706 Kingsley was the one that we discussed the last board meeting that I did not have a picture of. So that one was a little interesting. I went over and added the pictures and updated the proposal. The neighbors' houses all the way around have sod in pretty good condition. This house has dirt, not even weeds. So we had Gale with Sprinkler Solutions go over, test the irrigation is working. And I think there was a time when they were doing some sort of controller change or something where there was a brief period of time where there wasn't any water. But there's not even weeds growing in this. So I had, at Patty's request, had my port manager send a technician out. They think it was sprayed with something, wasn't anything Sunrise did, but it was definitely sprayed with something to kill the turf. Don't know how or why it was not an anomaly. If it had been a mistake by Sunrise, we would have seen it in other houses in an area, not in one specific house. So the pictures on the proposal that are in the board packet are very telling. It's a very distinct line. Neighbors green and this is brown. I don't know. So we had them check. It's safe to do the replacement, but Patty had some questions of whether and how that would work based on what we're seeing out there, right? So so there's that. So that was the explanation for the 5, and it's 1,200 square feet of sod, $2,994. So the sod was in pretty rough shape, and now it's definitely, it's gone now. So there's that all the way across the board. And then the only other one that you see is 3 Circuit Crossing over at Sagewood. It's a pretty good sized maple tree. I would say it's probably a 6-inch caliber tree that has a lean to it because of one of the hurricanes. So several trees in the Sagewood community have 2x4s bracing them up. Nothing wrong with the tree. It just has a lean to it. The owner doesn't like it. So I gave you guys a proposal to pull that big maple out and put in a small tree. Now, I will say, tree's healthy. It's not a safety risk. It's gonna have a lean to it. I can't control what Mother Nature does. But if you say yes to this, then I think it's just gonna parade down a block, because there's a lot of trees in that community that you're aware of do have a slight lean from especially from hurricane noise. So
Thank you.
that's just a quick rundown of what we've got. But so I will say with those 5 proposals for cutbacks, we have March to do it. Once things start budding out or doing what they're doing, we're gonna be stuck with shrubs that are very dead. And they're gonna get some new growth. What I wanna do is get them cut back so that the growth starts at the bottom and the shrubs allow them to grow up usually. So this is not something, if you don't wanna do it this round, don't do it, but we're stuck. We can't do it after it starts to bud out. So we either do it now or we'll kind of live with the way things look. So just wanted to say I cannot wait until next board meeting. We have to make a decision. I talked to them about Kingsley a little bit. I know you probably have some comments on that as well, but
Yeah, Kingsley, we definitely have a problem. Seems like the homeowner sprayed something on that property. We've had it tested. We've looked at it, the irrigation's working. So it has definitely, something's been done to the property.
turf weeds will grow. My lawn, my home, definitely the weeds were the first thing to come up. There's weeds everywhere. This is brown. It definitely was sprayed.
And there's a line going up the road, the way, so irrigation, landscaping and horticulture both all agree, same situation. He's waiting, he's not talking.
And who pays for this stuff? Is it
That's taken out of their assessments, because over at the Pear Villas, they pay for sod, irrigation, painting of their homes and roof replacements. So he's been asking for new sod because he had patches.
And now there's
Now,
more damage.
now fully gone, yeah.
Well, that's kind of suspect, don't you think?
If it wasn't a straight line.
All right, we voted on some side replacement or something?
I don't know, how do we, like, what are our potential options on this?
That's torn, because honestly, I don't think the rest of the people should have to pay for going in and burning out his grass.
Yeah, but we're not gonna go get like an environmental study. I guess we could, but that would be way too expensive to go like test the soil.
So,
before we
yeah,
did it.
we can't, that after 3 days, the way the compound work, like, we typically will come in with like Roundup and we do a.
Yeah.
So if there's a lawn that looks bad and it's full of, say, torpedo grass or some other type of weed, we will round up the whole thing, kill it. Turf cut it out. Those chemicals are designed to fit really quickly and then they go inactive and then they're allowed to put a new sod in and it goes. So it's completely safe to replace. There's just the question of, I think, so I don't think this is a new thing. There was a reason we went through it last month. I don't know why. I've never submitted a proposal without a picture before, so I had to. And I can't find old pictures, so I don't know what it looked like then versus now, but now it's completely sticking out and it needs to be replaced, but it's just the question of route, right? So,
Yeah.
Right. So we have to do it, but we have to put them on notice somehow.
I also
Is
would
this in the
say
board
it's
time?
1 day a week now, right? 1 day a week that we can water.
Is it PV?
This is not the best time to do it.
Like,
Otherwise, anyway.
I'm worried about the sod dying.
I.
If we put all this money into it and the sod just dies.
Is it different?
Yes.
Okay, this real quick.
I'll go down a little bit. And see the straight.
Jeez.
Right?
Oh, you can see the picture now, good.
Yeah,
It's pretty telling.
it is like a straight.
Not one weed in any of that month. There's no weeds and. Very, very strange before weeds grow.
So they sprayed something and killed the whole lawn.
Absolutely.
Okay, their neighbors aren't paying for that. I'm not voting for that. But that's.
Does-
Go ahead. Who was that?
Jim.
Was that Kevin?
No, that wasn't me.
All right, let's go back to this. Thanks for the update on those. We'll get to those in a minute. Let's go back to this finding thing. All right, so we have a policy for this. Pat, I told you we had a policy for this.
I'm so glad you told me, Mark.
Is it John? I lost my
John.
connection, so it's John. Okay, so I'm gonna read out the policy, so we're all on the same page, right? I'll skip the beginning intro stuff because that's all kind of standard stuff. Eligibility for a fine waiver. Homeowners who bring their property into full compliance within 6 months of the initial violation notice shall be eligible for a partial waiver of fines, subject to the terms of this policy. Reduction amount. The board, in its sole discretion, may reduce the assessed fine to an amount ranging from $250 to $500 per violation. Upon payment of the reduced amount, the remaining balance of the fine shall be forgiven. Payment enforcement. Payment is reduced. Payment of the reduced fine shall be made within 30 days of written approval by the board. Failure to make timely payment shall result in a full fine of $1,000. Additional costs, I'll say procedures. This is what we all care about. All right. So homeowner seeking a fine reduction shall submit written proof demonstrating that the violation has been fully corrected to include photos and dates of completion in the request. The board shall review the submitted documentation and verify compliance prior to granting any decision of request. Upon verification, the board shall issue written decision contingent upon timely payment of the reduced fine. Conditions. This policy applies only to violations corrected within 6 months of the initial violation. This policy does not apply to repeat violations of the same type by the same homeowner. Homeowners retain the right to appeal fines pursuant to the association's governing documents. Homeowners may address the board in person during an open meeting to comment. Yes, that's basically what it says. Okay. So we are within 6 months of the original fine. Is that correct? Okay. Then
So you just need proof that it's done, which
Yeah.
obviously it's not, but could we just push it to the next?
Okay, so it's got to be in front of the board, so it can't just blanket approve it. He has to prove it in front of the board. So then the motion would be to delay the fine till the next board's meeting, at which time the gentleman could produce proof that the violation has been corrected, reduce the fine to $250. If not corrected by that time, then the full fine would be enforced. All right. Is there a second?
The only other,
Yeah,
Jeff,
maybe. I have a comment. If I'm not interrupting, let me know. I can.
Sir,
proceed.
hold on.
Now discussion.
You second?
Yes.
Okay. Board discussion.
the only other thing I would say, just to make sure we're in compliance, is let's pull up and make sure that this is not a repeat offense. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know this house, but let's just verify to make sure we're in
Good idea.
compliance of the policy. But we have time to do that until the next.
Has Jennifer may know off the top of their head, is this the first time this woman's receiving a fine for this violation?
I would have to go back and look exactly.
Okay, so you can't say off the top of your head. Okay. Cool. Very well. Okay, so the motion has been motioned and seconded. Any other discussion? Sir, do you have one more thing to add before we vote?
Yes, I do. I do have photographs stating that the issue notified was fixed, and I have the photographs dated December 15th and shared with Jennifer via email. So the issues that was notified were not continuous. They were fixed, and there was a photographical evidence as well that was shared. I just want to let the board know about that.
Can you send us the dated photographs?
Yes,
Please.
ma'am. I can be in person for the next board meeting or whenever you want me to. I can show the details of the property in my phone. It shows like when we take the photo, when it was taken. So it has the date that you could verify as well.
Okay,
Perfect.
and then this way, if he's not in compliance next month.
So
So my point was, even before the fine was implied, the issue was rectified.
that's what he's saying. So he is contesting that the violation was corrected and now he is in violation again,
I did not get the pictures until January 5th.
January 5th.
Like the meeting was the 14th.
The meeting was January 13th for the fining committee. But the fining committee went out and looked at on the day of the meeting and asked me to take pictures, and that's what they were looking at.
I sent you an email controlling.
I mean, I think it's still, unless people disagree, like if we still follow the motion, right? He just shows the photo with the date that it was corrected before the fine, and we're in compliance with the policy.
And
I know it's kind of pushing it down the road, but if we don't have the proof that it was in compliance.
I can come over there in the next few minutes if that helps, but I don't want to derail any agenda that you may have. I just want to be respectful about that.
So he's contending that the original violation from October was corrected on January 15th. And he wasn't issued fines until January 13th.
But that's because that's when the meeting was.
Right.
The board approved the fining at the fining meeting in December because the board
At the
approved.
planning meeting or the board meeting?
The board meeting was earlier in December. So when the fining committee met and they said that they still saw the issues on the 13th, then the fining starts from the board meeting date.
So when you guys vote,
So board meeting date was, the fining committee decided on 18th of December. The issue was fixed on 15th of December. I have the photos. And from 24th of October until the fining decision letter was made, I have not received any communication that I'm still not in compliant.
I think it would make it a lot easier if you don't mind just putting a timeline together with the photo. And let's just make that the first agenda item for the next board meeting. So that
Sure.
everybody's on the same page. We can delay everything
Yeah.
from we now understand your concern. Now let us address it. But if that makes sense, if you could just make it a clear, easy to understand piece of paper.
I can do that. Yeah.
pictures with the date, showing the
Yeah.
date.
Yeah, I can do that. So I can do that for the next board meeting.
The issue here is that he's saying that he corrected the violation on January 5th.
Mhm.
The finding committee met on January 13th.
Yeah.
Jennifer went by that day, and the finding committee found that the issue was still in violation.
That was what they said, yes.
So either
Small correction, sir. I fixed the issue on December 15th itself. December 18th is when the fining committee made the decision. And January 13th is the date when board approved the fining committee decision.
Let's just get a timeline.
I can put a simple timeline if as requested, I can do that.
looking at the letters that went out, so I know the timeline. I can
Okay.
see what happened when, and I can see the minutes from the finding committee. I know when they met, so I know the timeline. You're contesting that you fixed it January 5th. Now you're saying
Not
December.
January 5th, not January 5th, sir. December 15th.
I can see your email to Jennifer on January 4th.
Yeah.
saying
My
you
email,
saw-
sorry for talking
Yes.
over. My email to Jennifer was on January 5th because when I met Jennifer in person on December 15th, she mentioned that the board is going to meet on 13th and we need the pictures for that. January 13th, and we need the pictures for that. So I've intentionally delayed not to send this email during the year end. And as soon as I hit the ground running on the Monday, the January 5th, I send her an email so that it stays on top of her inbox. But I do have in my phone, I can show and I can bring and show that the photos were taken on December 15th.
Not seeing any photos. I see a note that said he stopped by the office on December 15th. I don't see any pictures in this board packet from December 15th. I see one from October. I see a notice from December 11th. So the notice went out December 11th. And then he's saying on December 15th, he fixed it.
I have not received any notice on December 11th, but I fixed the issue on December 15th.
So then it should have been fixed on December 15th, and then
Yes. The photos that were sent on January 5th were actually taken on December 15th. That's what I can show in my phone when I'm there in person.
just contemplating whether we're dealing with one continuous violation or one violation that was then corrected, and then a second violation for the same thing, which then went to the firing board early.
It was me this picture.
There's a,
We need this picture with the dates.
okay.
That's what you need.
So we need his, so
Yeah.
here's what's gonna happen, right? So if you did in fact fix it on December 15th, we have pictorial evidence that it was then out of compliance on January 13th. So this would be then it would be fixed and cured on December 15th, and then it would be a new violation starting January 13th. That is, if indeed it does. So the question mark is, was it The violation cured on December 15th. We don't have the evidence to back it up. He's saying that he has it. So, so that was the discussion. So the motion is still on the table to let him fix it by, we can vote no, we have to vote. Do you remember the motion? The motion was that we give him until the next board meeting to prove that it was fixed, and then if it is fixed, his fine would be reduced to $250. Now, he's saying that he fixed it already, and that we're dealing with a new violation.
Yeah.
So in that case, I vote no on my own motion.
He rescinds the vote.
I want to see the evidence.
No, yeah, I want to see that it was corrected, and then if it's two separate things, then we address them in compliance with the policy.
Two separate things, then he shouldn't have a fine.
Correct.
And he has a new warning to fix his yard.
Correct.
Okay.
The original motion was just to delay the fine until next board meeting. Is that changed?
Just rescind your motion.
I vote to rescind my motion.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Thank you. That makes things less complicated. All right, here's what we're gonna do.
Next month.
New motion. Next meeting, we're gonna table this until the next meeting. Sir, send your pictures from December 15th over, please. And then we'll meet again.
And if there's additional things that came up from January 3rd that need to be fixed, I would suggest that those things be fixed so you avoid a second fine.
Yes.
Sure, sir. Those were the palmetto leaves. As I said, that was just temporary thing. It's not something that was intentional. Like she got injured when she was shredding those off, and they were lying there. Coincidentally, it happened on the time that on the day that the photos were taken, but that was those were removed the next day.
Perfect. Okay.
And Jennifer's checking on the past violations to see if there's others. So
Wonderful. I vote to table this decision until next board meeting. Is there a second? Jeff seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay.
It seems arduous, but we're dealing with people's money, and we're dealing with proper procedure, and we must go through it to ensure we do it right. So thank you all for your patience. Next item in the board packet. And thank you, sir, for coming to the board and addressing us. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
That's right. There's my daggone. You have my schedule.
Yeah, what, you need another agenda?
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you want to keep this one?
No, you got it.
Another one? He's got one. Okay.
Colin.
Spectrum lease agreement tabled from January. Okay.
No, last month.
Do you have this printed out?
Everybody has it. And
Yes.
if you don't, I have one right here.
Yeah, I must have lost mine. Thank you, man. Okay. All right, so
Jeff, you read this? It was behind this.
long story short, Spectrum wants to pay us how much money?
$124,000.
$124,000 to sign the same agreement with them that we signed with Frontier.
I got it. Thank you.
When do we have to agree to this, Bob?
The 28th.
The 28th?
Yeah, 2 days.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or the day after tomorrow. Okay, wonderful. So the concern was that there would be some sort of conflicting clause. Where having two agreements for the same thing would be would result in a breach of one or the other contract.
Which is not the case, because one is, do you want to go ahead, or do you want me to do that?
I'm gonna pull up George's email.
Who is this other attorney?
That
Burton.
is,
Who does he represent?
he doesn't represent anybody. He
Okay,
represents-
it was just an extra opinion.
Yes.
Okay.
So what it comes down to, what I've been told, what it comes down to, this is a non-bulk access agreement, so they still can come on the property.
Right.
We just are not gonna have any kind of logo or anything for Spectrum. We're not.
All right.
Right. And they're asking that we don't sign a bulk agreement with Frontier over the next 10 years, which we legally can't because there's.
There you go. Deuce. Backwards. Okay.
I don't see a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I like, my concern last time was that they were conflicting.
Right.
You know, we have attorneys saying that they don't.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
So,
So,
I mean, if George says it's kosher, I'm good with it. Who doesn't like to have some extra money in their pocket?
That was not comments from George, though,
That
the
was
town attorney.
Burton something.
From another attorney.
George wrote us a very long email. So George says, would you like, it's a long email. Would you like me to read the entire thing?
No, because he
No,
was pulling.
This is a summarization.
Can I just put it in the chat GPT and have it summarized?
People. Yes.
Okay, so George says, everybody turn to section 9.3. We'll look at the parts that George has a problem with. Okay, how about that? Section 9.3, termination payment. Right?
Yep.
Is that a long, it's not a long paragraph, right? Should I give everybody a minute to read it?
So it's page 5, right in the center of the page.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we changed that verbiage a little bit on the other one. Because it's kind of the same one where they can cancel at any point and then get everything back.
So this is George's concern. Let me make sure we got it right, yeah. Nothing in this section affects ownership or disposition of the system if operator timely receives the termination payment from owner. Is that what's in here? Where's his comment? Okay. If another test provides for a different state term. So George, his comment is one sentence at the very, he copy and pasted the entire paragraph into the email. Trying to figure out where it ends. He basically says, if this is just about access, why are you paying them damages ever? Yes. So, is there something we want? Because they all change these contracts. Is there something in there? What do you think, Lauren? We need to change something in there. Should we tell them to change something?
I think if a lawyer tells us to change it, we should change it. and then-
He just so George asks us questions to make us think.
Oh.
Never answers direct.
Good lord.
Well, at the same time, though, if there's something in here, if this is about access and he's not, and we're paying damages on anything here, I mean, why wouldn't we just negotiate with them and tell them, ask them to take it out? If they say no, then we can revisit it at the very least. I mean, I would just say we want it out.
Well, I think the damages though would be, and this is speculation, the damages would be if we violate the terms and then we do get a bulk agreement.
Right.
That would be the
Right,
damages.
that's the only
So
part.
they're not gonna wanna remove that.
Right.
So that'll be
Can't do a bulk
corrected.
agreement.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
and who ensures compliance of this to make sure that we don't, I don't, I just, and I don't know what that answer is, but I mean, to me, that's kind of a big question here is who's going to ensure that we don't breach this? And how long does this contract run?
So the Frontier contract is for 10 years. Okay, and the compliance would be, so the single family homeowners. So we can't do a bulk agreement. The HOA cannot do a bulk agreement.
So it's impossible to do a bulk agreement.
Now Encore has a bulk agreement because they have, they're gated and they have their own,
board.
they have their own boards, they have their own. they
Yes,
set up-
no, we have spectrum.
So we're not responsible for them.
No.
Right, they're not part of it.
That's not, they're not part of this.
No.
So it's impossible for us then to be in violation of this agreement?
Mhm.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Is this just for the HOA property?
Yes,
I don't see a problem.
What were the damages that were in your, sorry, I was just looking at this for the,
you're fine.
what were the damages? Is there something that we can lessen on the damages here, or was it just, I thought it seemed pretty steep.
It's just.
Did we compare this to the original agreement that the HOA signed?
I've been marked it.
It's probably the same verbiage.
It's very similar, yes.
Probably canned language of telecom companies I've ever seen.
George's other concern is, he says, I understand the desire to get paid by two entities. The exclusivity is more muted in the Spectrum agreement, this one here that we're looking at right now, but it's still arguably still there. Here are some key promises from the Frontier agreement that we already signed. So in the Frontier agreement, we agreed appointment as exclusive marketing representative. Property owner is not a party to any exclusive sales or marketing agreement for telecommunication services, including voice, yada, yada. Property owner shall exclusively promote or market Frontier's residential services to residents. In all cases, property owners shall not enter into any exclusive access or bulk service agreements with another provider, which we're not.
Right.
And shall not otherwise grant any rights or licenses inconsistent with or which materially impair or interfere with property owners' marketing obligations hereunder. Yeah, he wrote a bunch of other stuff and he says, let me know if you have any questions. Yeah. Okay. What do you want to do, guys?
Well, we're out of time a little bit too,
We
right?
have 2 days. Right? Why does it have to be signed by the 28th? Who was putting that restriction on us?
Every good salesman.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know, Steve probably would have to have it turned in by the 20th, just like the rental contract,
Okay.
because we've had it, what, 3.5, 4 months now?
So the things that we changed in the other one are probably the same things we should probably look at changing again. We softened that language on the termination, like where they couldn't just take the entire payment back. Right, we made it, it's like you could get prorated if we did something.
Right.
And then the other one was the they have it in here, but they don't want us to talk about the agreement, but we have an obligation to tell all the homeowners, so we mentioned that in the previous
Put it
one.
on,
Yeah, because it goes on our website that is controlled, but still
Right.
for the homeowners.
And do the attorneys do that for us?
Mhm.
Like they look, or we do? Got it, okay. Well, that would be expensive, yeah.
Yeah, because he'll ask another question.
Yeah.
Every 11 minutes.
How much is Spectrum give us for this?
124.
How much?
125K. All right, here is the final email from George. He says, I'm not okay with it, but that is okay. It is the board's decision. The board is risking the reward and the benefit. If a subsequent agreement results in one or more companies seeking a reward of payment made, that is a risk. If litigation ensues for breach of contract, there is risk. They're including attorney fee award, as always. If nothing happens, you get 2 payments. If I were representing Frontier and I was Frontier's attorney, I would ask for all my money back from the association. Whether they cleverly disguise what they are doing or not, I think both agreements are exclusive marketing agreements, even if they label it with a different name and use sales puffery to get you to execute same.
I gotta tell you, I agree.
Yeah, hearing that, there's the difference between a pig and a hog, right? Pigs live, hogs get slaughtered. So I think we made out pretty good with Frontier trying to push our luck, and I'm not okay with that, putting that at risk and then having to pay back that money on top of legal fees. Yeah. So to me, the squeeze isn't worth the juice on this one.
I agree.
Or the penalties have to come out, I think.
Let Spectrum come back with an alternative that's better for us, even if it's less money, they'll come back.
I like that option.
Just make the agreement no bulk. That's all we want. Like, we will not do a
Well,
bulk.
Spectrum will come back.
Yeah,
You're
you're
right.
right.
They'll come back.
Yeah, with the amount of cord cutting going on, and because I'm in the television industry, Spectrum would not, I think they would be amiable to having a discussion and amending this contract differently, because otherwise they're shut out. So I don't think they want that to happen either. And then extending the timeline for it to give us time to discuss as a group. I think that would be you go back to them and say, we're not cool with this, but if you guys want to draw something else up, we'd be open to that. And then explore that further, but I don't think we signed this agreement, in my opinion.
So what do we want to put in the, what do we want them to change?
I don't know at this moment.
Minimum penalty.
Let's get with the lawyer, let's get with George and have him put up a list of things that we want Spectrum to change to make it more in our favor and not in their favor.
Well, I don't know if we should do that.
No,
Yeah, we're in a.
I like to see how far Spectrum is willing to go. Once you tell somebody what you want, you're setting up a limitation of what you want.
Okay.
And then they can argue that. I'd rather the party come and tell us what they're willing to offer. And then because they may be willing to offer more than what we want.
Spoken like a true businessman.
Yeah.
I like it.
The other concern I would have is I'm not concerned with Spectrum's deal. I'm concerned with us losing the $500,000. So like that's our concern.
Was that old man Schmitty that said, pig, what did you say? Pigs?
Hog.
I said there's a difference between a pig and a hog. Pigs live and hogs get slaughtered.
That's right, yeah. That's the old man Schmittyism right
Well, I
there.
don't know, being Native American, it could be the other way around. No, I'm joking.
Jeff. Come in.
Listen, why don't we send them a nice holly bush too?
All right, let's move on to we have a bunch of landscaping proposals.
Yeah, we talked through those.
Okay.
Wait, before we get there, there's one more thing,
I just got something else.
but it's on the agenda.
What is it?
Securitas rate adjustment.
Secure times. What is the adjustment?
It's an increase for Luca.
Okay,
It's $2 per so it's $2 more.
$2, you're gonna pay him $2 more?
They're gonna pay him $2 more an hour.
How much do they want us to pay for that?
That's what I don't understand. Why are we
What was
paying
this?
our security officer?
Yeah.
For the supervisor. So his current rate is $18 an hour. They want to bring him up to 20.
Okay.
So our bill rate for his 18 is $28.65, but they want to charge us $32.01.
A year?
100% increase.
I
but
know.
Oh, 32.01 an hour?
It's
So
Okay.
they're billing us 20,
So we're
so
paying.
they're gonna up it $4 and give him
Yeah, two.
Two.
Yeah, like 365. So we're paying his, what do you call it?
Yeah. Grants and
Taxes.
benefits.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, he goes there to pay taxes and things like that. Yeah.
How's this guy living on $18 an hour?
Right. And he works all the time. He trains everybody here. We have new guy goes out there now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we vote on this, right? And then we talk.
We gotta vote on it, yeah. Do you want a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve it.
Approve Luce's raise. Jeff seconds.
My only concern is how do we ensure that when we're paying Luther's rate, it's actually Luther that's the one that we're paying the rate for
So
versus just everybody else?
have you seen the bills, how they come in?
Yes, but there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So his rate is separate, his hours
Yeah.
is separate, and then. So each one is different. So like the pool guards.
Yes.
It's gonna be another discussion. We're gonna have to. Pool guards pretty soon.
I just want to make sure that it's Luther's
That-
benefiting from the
Right.
increase, because that's what we've been trying to figure out how to do
Yeah.
appropriately.
I will find
Other
out.
discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Now some freeze down. Now, can we do the landscape?
Now you can do
This
that.
is what everybody online has been waiting for, to see us vote on putting bushes and flowers.
The cleanup and the cut and everything like that. Well, actually, over Sandpiper, did you give the update on everything that's been done so far? Sandpiper, the install has started?
No, not so much. No, so the proposals that you guys approved last month to go through, like for the Sandpiper Crest one, I believe they finished the second street of the
Yeah.
3 that we were doing there, so they have one more.
It's almost done,
It was delayed a little bit because we had a couple of days this week, it looked pretty sketchy, so.
but I drove through today and got all the little plans, everything's starting to look filled in, it looks great, so.
I will say that we're gonna pause that.
Mhm.
If we can get the cutbacks and stuff, we're gonna shift focus to getting things cut back while we're in season, and then we'll go back to installing, replacing that. Yeah.
We're seeing this coming. We see hurricanes all the time, right?
Yep.
Any money we save on not cleaning up after hurricanes last year, we're gonna spend on, because everything froze to death.
And if we don't do it, I mean, Tom already told you, if we don't do it,
Still not bad.
Look
Okay.
at that.
So for the master, it's motion to approve $3,422.22 to do all the freeze cut back in the master. Jeff seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next, Sandpiper is Sandpiper Crest. This was $2,511. Motion to approve $2,511.11 for all the freeze cut back in Sandpiper. Aye. Jeff seconds. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All that hurricane money.
I just thought.
You're going away.
Hey, the only issue I do have with the proposals is they're using all the same pictures for all the cutbacks.
Yes, because there are so many different locations that it was too much to be able to get the separate pictures in time for this meeting.
Okay. The only concern with that is it's the same proposals with same pictures with different proposal numbers. I would have rather just seen verbiage put in for the locations and not the pictures being exactly the same.
Tom and I talked about it Monday.
Because you've got Paired Villa, proposal 36066 is 2,511 with 11 cents. And then there's another one that's the same value, isn't there? Yeah. Then you have Sandpiper, 2,511 and 11 cents.
Yeah, so it is the same picture, but it was down to the
Same picture, same amount of money, two different locations with two different proposal numbers.
Sandpiper, 2,511.
Sagewood and Parrottville is gonna make the same amount.
Sagewood, 7,311.
Sandpiper and Paired Villa are exactly the same value.
It's just about the same type of
25
hourly. The way Neil and I looked at it, it's about the same, it's gonna take the same amount of labor to do it. In the pictures, just to be totally honest with you, everything that we're gonna be cutting back is recurrent throughout the community. So I don't need to send you pictures of Jasmine and Sagewood versus Jasmine and the Paired Villas. It's types of stuff that is all affected by frost. So I don't need to, no one here, I don't think needs pictures of every little thing. It's pretty much the Jasmine that get hit, fire bushes. It's a lot of like, Zora, there's the recurrent theme, so it'll be the same material that we're trimming back into the community over and over again.
No problem. I just want to point out the same value.
Yes, absolutely. So a couple of them, like I said, if we needed more labor, they had more of one than the other. If they seemed about the same to me, like I said, these are very, very low numbers compared to what you guys have out there. Normally, if I don't think something's gonna come back, we just go ahead and yank it out. I don't necessarily want to do that. I want to cut some stuff back and really give it a chance to come back. If we don't, then we're gonna be replacing and it's gonna cost a lot more down the road. So I'd rather spend time with Neil. And I will also say this time of year, we're not doing a lot of mowing. That's why these numbers are so low, because we're gonna use the hours that you have in the contract. We're gonna do as much of it as we can for that, and then we'll just finish up. And there's a lot of debris removal and disposal fees and stuff like that. So this really is low, because we're using contractual hours for mowing and we're not doing it now because of the freeze and frost.
Sounds good.
Wonderful. Okay. The next one is what? Sagewood? Sagewood. So we did two. We did the master, Sandpiper, Sagewood. Yeah, kind of to Henry's point. How many hours? Like, so Sagewood is $7,311. How many hours are we looking at there?
So I believe that is a full crew for 3 days, I believe I had there. So the entire meeting crew, so 5-guy crew for 3 days.
Okay.
That one is specifically more because every single unit has that jasmine hedge, that star jasmine. Every single one has all the Robolini palms are brown. Like that one has a higher level of initial install than anything else, and it looks horrific. So the Robolinis all have to get pruned out. All of that jasmine needs to get cut back. All of that new stuff that we did as you come in the community on the left needs to all get cut down. It's all brown. So that one by far had the most amount of damage just because of the initial, the way it was painted. It's not being super frosted.
That's that picture. That's on this.
So,
So in the sun.
we did a good one.
Yeah, that's Mother Nature for you, huh?
So that one has the most work I've done.
Okay.
It's a massive blow because Emily has already proposed putting some Florida friendly stuff in. There's a lot of stuff that we're gonna be ripping out and replacing anyway. So that's again why that one was smaller. There's a lot, 3 areas that we're covering, but a lot of it's being removed and replaced, so we're not gonna touch any of that. It's
Yeah. Very well. The next one, it's painful to, all these numbers.
A lot of
This'll-
money.
Yeah. The next one, okay, so $7,311.11 for Sagewood. I motion. Yoda speak, second, Thomas seconds. All in favor?
Right.
Motion carries 1 million.
Thompson said for the long. It's
Oh.
not ever seen.
Notice they all end in 11 cents.
Yes, I noticed that. It's probably a massive thing as well. All right, now, in Sagewood, there's a maple tree that needs to be replaced. And that is $1,297. The tree itself is $987, and the labor to install is $372. We are getting, yes, ma'am. Am I saying wrong things?
No, you're saying the right thing. I just want to give you the history on that.
What's the history on it?
So this tree was from the hurricane. It
Mm.
was blown over, straightened out. It's been fertilized, it's been checked. It is healthy. It's just leaning and ugly.
Can we just pull it back up?
No.
We have tried.
No.
This is what, so when I discussed this before, there's a lot of trees in Sagewood through the 3, obviously Ian, Helene, Milton,
Mhm.
I think there was one more in there. They've been pushed. There's a lot of trees in Sagewood that have been kind of propped up.
Yeah.
There's such a big tree. These are 6-inch caliber trees with a root ball. We have to bring machines in, excavate the trees, set them up. It just wasn't anything we decided to do right after the hurricane. So there's no safety issue.
Yeah.
The trees are crooked. They'll eventually right themselves. And this is taking a 6-inch caliber tree, and that price that you see there is for a 3-inch caliber maple. So I don't like red maples. I don't like them anywhere in the community around. They don't do well. They're just not a great tree for here, but it's replacing with what's existing. And B, if you do this, there's 20 other trees that have a little lean to them from the hurricane. I feel like this is just gonna go right down the road. So the tree's safe, it's healthy, it just has a lean to it. The owner doesn't like
That's the
it.
tree.
Yes.
It's got character. It's got a little lean.
No, I don't think you
Who,
control
why are we,
nature.
why is this on the agenda? Who?
Because the homeowner, doesn't like it.
So what?
Oh, so I can understand that. I mean, you don't want to look at a crooked tree, but you're
Yeah,
saying.
but the tree will grow itself straight again, right? Given time. Is that what I heard?
It will
Go
correct,
take the
the
sun.
trunk will always have a lean to it, but it will correct itself. The issue is that if I just
Did you see?
take. To picture this, Mark, if I get into the driveway with a bobcat,
Mhm.
we strap off the tree, cut the
What are you
tree,
kidding me?
pull the tree back.
Mhm.
I have to do all
Well,
of that.
Yeah.
It is, I can't just strap it out, right? Then I have to literally replant,
My fault.
back it in, water in,
My fault.
hopefully recover it, and it's gonna be a hell of a lot more expensive than that.
I got you.
So
Maybe
if
you
you wanted
should
to
make
do
the house
that,
with it.
replacing it is 100%, but.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Well,
then we,
if we replace one leaning tree, then we're going to replace 20 leaning trees, and that's going to be, what, 30 grand?
I don't think anybody's gonna motion to replace this tree.
No.
Does anybody-
No,
Motion to deny it. We have to-
I'll second the motion to deny it.
No motion.
Just
No.
make the roof crooked on the house.
We already did.
All right, we're moving on.
if we were to do that, I'm just saying down the road, multi-stem myrtles, something that's much cheaper and look beautiful for the community moving forward.
Yeah.
We could do that in a bulk and get much better pricing, much
Right.
better plan.
And we have some over there anyway.
If
The
we
myrtle-
strategize,
Not myrtles. we're the-
Throughout all the community.
You don't like taking out good trees.
Myrtles.
Like,
I agree with you.
And it is, I mean, it doesn't look the best, but it's.
Oh, still gives me oxygen.
Wonderful. The next thing is Paired Villas, Sunrise proposal to cut back in Paired Villas. And as Henry pointed out, this one is $2,511.11. Motion to approve $2,511.11 to cut back all the freeze dried stuff in Paired Villas. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Or Kevin.
Kevin.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Now, the one we've all been waiting for. The guy that killed, allegedly, the grass that was killed intentionally. And, do we want to pay $3,000? We don't know. It was right now. You want to see the photo? Yeah, you can see the photo.
I mean, I'm not an investigator, but
Yeah.
If you did even plant over something that was killed by something, is it even?
So.
Oh, I was gonna, okay, it is safe
It's
to.
about 250 square foot ish is what the price was, so is what I had at. Again, it's safe to do. I'm not saying, I'm just saying sunrise, it's not because of the water and it's not because sunrise sprayed something to it. I wish I had.
Well, and grass doesn't die in straight lines.
It does not, it does not, so I think it was already bad and there was a reason that padding, I wanted to replace it. I apologize that I don't have the picture, I think maybe the spraying was done to like exacerbate it a little bit, so that we kind of forced to do it. I think there was an issue, a pre-existing issue, I didn't have the photographic evidence at the time.
All right, so we have two options with this, and only two options really, because it has to be fixed. So either we pay for it, or we send the homeowner the bill. Like it's just a third option. We can tell the homeowner to fix it themselves at their own expense. Which.
There's those portions that had to be replaced, like down at the end, but nothing to this degree. I don't know.
like, yeah.
Does it go all the way down the side, or is?
The only place that looks decent, a little bit more decent, is in between the homes. The
Okay.
front's correct and the back is correct, in between, but you can see that definite line. And I will add, right now, going into the dry season, we're watering only a week. This is a horrific time to do this job.
I've seen this. These stepstones. These are also a violation. By the way.
Yes. Yeah, just.
Do they have? Do you have?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mentioned it.
Well, they'll be gone when we put the sod in, if we put the sod in. So, okay. Did this? So this is kind of like, I don't know.
We'll throw this aside to next meeting.
Why not?
Can we push this aside to next meeting?
Why? You want more? What more information will you have the next meeting that will help you make a decision better?
Nothing. I just figured that the longer we wait, maybe he'll voluntarily do it on his own.
I don't.
No, he's gonna kill you.
Do you know the person?
No, he just keeps it in an email saying that he wants to sod and freedom. And like I tell everybody.
And there's no way that by accident they over fertilized with spray or anything like that?
that line in between the two houses. I have to say, I had my own division manager look at it, and yes.
Those wrong.
They both.
On their own.
Does True Green spray there? Because we had grass die from them.
We don't have True Green.
Okay.
That's kind of what it looks like, is they tried to do something.
Yeah, and it died.
I don't know about malicious. I can't say that because I don't know.
Yeah.
But it looks like clearly something happened. It's only their yard. And it's only perfectly.
Right.
And it's everything. So
Everything.
they put too much nitrogen or something?
I don't know, but I killed my grass once by accident and then I decided never again.
Yeah. I've done it, yes.
I hired a lawman. Well, this is easy. What do we pay Tom for? I could do this.
I've had
Skip.
True Green kill my grass too, and it was completely horrible.
All right, so your three options on the table. HOA, we vote to replace it right now. We tell the homeowner that we're gonna do it and that he owes his money back. Or we tell the homeowner that they need to fix it on their own dime by a certain time. Those are kind of your three options. I can't think of another one.
And this is all his property, not community property,
Yes,
We are responsible for the grass in that.
right.
the grass one.
We are responsible for the grass in that community.
In some communities, yeah. So like,
Okay, got it. Okay. So this community we are.
Yes.
we have 4 separate services. I'll say that after the meeting.
But you can't do this now anyway.
So you can do it now, the watering, we're allowed to water more if a certain percentage of the surface is like resodded, right? So there is exceptions to the Hillsborough County watering restriction. So yes, it will be very expensive and that will be an additional sort of penalty on homeowners that they have to water because they're watering full water, right? So there's that. It's a bad time of year to do it, but I know it has to get done. As long as they follow the watering guideline, they'll have to water, so I always provide Patty, from our biggest
Do we
solid
trust
installer to you.
And
This is
to be-
exactly how you have to water.
To be clear, this is paired villas where we put in the new controllers. So They don't set their watering. If we put new sod in there, the HOA would set the watering schedule as well.
And who pays it?
They do.
They do.
So the whole community would have to pay for this guy's water.
No,
Well,
each individual pays for their own water.
You have to pick.
My concern though is like, I get this, a person only wants to communicate over email, but my concern is like, let's not approach it from like, you just purposely destroyed it to get sod, but like,
Right.
what did you put on there so we can actually have the experts tell us that it won't kill everything before we invest $3,000 or whatever it ends up being on your property?
I think that's a good question to ask and see what the response is.
Yeah, it is a good question.
Because you can look at it and see that something was done to it. Because again, nature doesn't work in straight lines. It doesn't work that way. Grass doesn't die in a straight line along a property line. So something was done. We don't know what. So let's ask the question: what steps did you guys take to try to save your lawn? Because obviously, from looking at this, something was done, and we're trying to again ascertain so that we don't put sod down that's going to die, or it doesn't happen again. I think that's a really good question to ask.
Wonderful. Okay.
What's it, waste it another month?
Yep.
Yeah, but even if we waste another month, then we're putting it down now when we're in dry season. It's not setting the grass up to succeed. It's going to be better if we wait until the rainy season comes, and again, it'll also save the homeowner from having a $500 or $600 water bill a month. Right. So we're also trying to fiduciarily save them money on watering, because let God water it with the rain that we get every day.
It would be very telling if we knew if they did have past violations as well. Right? I mean.
No, they're so burned, there's nothing there.
All right. There's no motion. We did have a discussion about it, which is a violation of Robert's Rules of Order.
Right.
Because you're supposed to motion and then a second, and then you discuss.
I'm sorry.
We discussed first, but it's fine. No motion. Let's move on.
Okay.
Next one.
Thank you. Westlake.
Westlake. Yeah. 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 We try to follow Robert's Rules. Patty gave me like a pamphlet on it. Like,
You did.
yeah.
Is it a red book?
Yeah. Okay. Next one is more frost cutbacks in Westlake for a total of $1,711.11. Second 11 again. Jeff seconds. All in favor?
What are we replacing? See it, but
3 of the residents.
they didn't really have a lot of stuff that they wanted us to do last year in the budget. And
Sir Thomas.
Yeah, so
We're in the middle of a vote right now. How do you vote?
yes.
Thank you. All in favor? Yeah.
Aye.
More frost. Okay, so the last thing is a podocarpus hedge replacement.
So we tabled that until the construction of the people.
Yeah.
That house. I'm just keeping it on the
Oh,
agenda.
you just keep it on the agenda? Okay. You could move it to old business next time if you want to. It's up to you.
But it's on the Westlake, so that's why.
Oh, you keep it under Westlake. Got it. Okay, that's it. That's the entire agenda. Patty, you have any surprise things?
I do, you know I do. So, the, Jen, are you still online? Is Jen still on it? So
Yes.
I had, I forgot the name of the company, so I had bollards being priced with chains.
Oh, yes.
Good.
So she was out there, her daughter had a baby, so we had to push it up a week, so that's why it's now in this month's board packet.
Okay.
But it is being worked on, and so are the sidewalks. She walked the sidewalks, because sidewalks over in Westlake are a hot mess.
The sidewalks in Westlake.
Yes.
They're like jagged and stuff?
Yep.
Okay.
Are they gonna give us like trying to fix them, or are they just gonna try and grind them
I don't know
down?
how bad they are,
Okay.
but I think over there, they're gonna have to be replaced.
Ooh. Gotta get that foam stuff.
This is
Yeah,
just
and I thought-
nothing to go over.
Right.
It looks awful.
That's why Jen
Oh,
was
this-
saying following up, but it's not.
It looks absolutely terrible,
Understood.
but it works,
It is out there.
you know.
And
But the good thing is that most of us, a couple of years, won't be able to see it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
the pool.
Pool, is there pool up there?
Patty, does that include the other ones along Encore?
No.
What along Encore?
That would be CDD.
Oh, CDD, yeah, never mind.
You're talking about around the lake?
It's on the homeowner sidewalk side.
The sidewalks inside Westlake.
No,
So
she said
between
Encore.
the street, you said Encore? or-
Yeah, and Encore, they're already being repaired.
There's two areas I brought up, one in Westlake and one over on Encore on your way out of the community along the,
That's not ours, that's not yours. Because Westlake actually pays for the sidewalk.
yeah, yeah. I'm not disagreeing. I just brought it up last time. Those are just the two areas. That's all.
Let's bring that one up to the CDD.
I have one save around. And so, our tech company, our speakers don't work, our music doesn't work in here, so for rentals, they have no sound. All the music outside doesn't work. And so basically what happens is our power amp went bad. And then some of the speakers are bad. It just needs to be refurbished. This is a reserve expense, right?
I believe.
You believe.
I said so that's why I went to dig deeper.
It's so the amp is $2,400. Well, the amp is 600. We need 4 of them. Outdoor speakers are $250 a piece. We need 4 of them. And then there's a network rack shelf for $42, and we need 2 of those. And then there's some shipping and handling for $383. No labor fees. So it's just material costs for $3,867 to get our sound system back up and running.
Are they gonna run conduit or something like that to the outdoor speakers? Or what are we talking about? Disruption to everything.
I don't know. Whatever. The wires aren't the problem. It's that the amp that's in a closet in here went bad.
Oh.
Yeah. So do we vote on it today? Can we vote on it today? Is it too much money? We got to put it on the agenda. I'd like to get the lake house music back up and running for the people that are renting it.
Well, if it's a reserve item, then we can vote on it today and I just.
The reserve item? Is it?
I need to check. That's what I said I didn't.
I don't remember. I don't think so. It might fall under just like general maintenance. You just want to wait? You're giving me the I just want to wait face. Okay, we'll just wait. Never mind.
Because I can't guarantee it, so.
Very well.
You could sing now if you wanted to, you know.
Just come down for every lake house Reynolds thing. Okay.
And with a cup and never mind.
We got anything else? Is that it?
The ship should be here next Monday.
The ship, the pirate ship.
Pirate
Yes,
ship.
pirate ship
So you
next
just-
week.
Yes,
Good.
right now.
Can you please, like, when they bring it in, videotape it so we
Yes.
can put it on Facebook?
Yes.
Please do that. This is gonna be awesome. Very
That'd be
excited.
great, yeah.
We have one more resident comment
You? I was gonna get to resident comments.
directly in front of you. She was raising her hand.
Oh.
Sat quietly for 2 hours. That's not known for me.
Oh. Well, you,
I get a star.
yes, ma'am, you have my full attention.
I got the papers, I think, Patty, the sheriff.
This here?
So this was the conversation that you said we, I have one for everyone.
Oh, yeah, everybody takes these home.
So
With the-
so I just, we talk about the ARC.
Yeah.
Rules, so I only want to do 2 topics for now, because again, you guys are guiding where you want to go. I just brought up my 2 favorite ones,
Mm.
which is the mulch and the borders. Since I'm really looking to do my yard update. That's my goal. So I put suggestions in there, things to start commenting on. Allowing a little bit more room with the mulch, allowing some borders so that we can actually update our properties.
So the proposed alternate verbiages. Like mulch so that no.
I really don't see that much of it.
So basically you're changing, you're giving more options for more mulch.
Suggesting.
Yeah.
We didn't, can I get a copy, because I keep.
Yeah, sure.
So suggesting different kinds of mulches, and actually, just doing this, I learned about flora mulch, do you know that, flora mulch? Flora mulch is one of the better mulches to actually have, it's one of the best ones in Florida, and it is significantly termite resistant. Which is nice to know, because one of the things that bothers me about my house is there's too much grass. And I watch other people's houses and they have all that pine bark up right up against the foundation of their home. That's not healthy for your home over the years as well, because that moisture starts seeping into the thing there. That's why I like a little bit of rock, which I've done in my last 2 houses. It doesn't have to be this far yard of rock, but it could be just 6 inches of rock so that you can shoot from any strip available in the house. So I put that on the borders there, some columns that I made that on the borders. But, I made comments to y'all about, even like where your drain pipes come out, your, what do you call them? Gutters and they come down. It'd be nice if people could put a little bit of river rock there to prevent the amount of erosion that happens. Do you know how much erosion we see on the sidewalks and the streets as you're walking around?
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable. Throw some river rock right there, be allowed to, and then you have your mulch and what have not. So I offer some options to like thinking beyond that one sentence, only use mulch.
Yeah.
Also, healthiest thing for trees, and speak up for me and tell me if I'm wrong or right, shouldn't have mulch around the trees, put grass around it, it's healthy. Trees live better with grass around them than with all that old mulch. So there's things that you can do to be a little bit healthier, a little bit cleaner, not have so much pine bark all over the sidewalks, in the drains, everywhere you go, there is pine bark around here, it's a mess. And
I
it's
love it.
moldy.
All right. This is great. So what I'd like to do, so the last time we did a guidelines review was probably what, 4 years ago, maybe? Yeah, a lot of new technologies come out, probably a lot of things in there need to be updated.
Right.
So this is a start.
Right.
We'll get together some like committee meetings, like I'll come, you can come, whoever else wants to come, and we can divide up the guidelines and say, okay, you got these chapters, you got these chapters, everybody go through it and let's fix the things and update it. And this is so that way we do the whole book. This is what we did last time. No, I did it.
You do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it all.
And we'll do the whole book, right, start to finish, and then we vote on the different changes. We go through the whole thing, bada bing, bada boom, we're done. So, but this is a great start. I like the concrete edging is, I like the stack stone edging around the edges of lights. I don't know about this stamped concrete. I don't know if I can get you what?
That, look at that picture versus that.
Do you like it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's good.
sounds
Clean. Yeah.
You know, and also that little piece, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I do hate the black PVC pipe edge. Like we need something new and different.
Yeah.
So yeah, there I agree with you both.
And I would love to hold my 50 bags of mulch that I lose every year in a place. So that'd be great.
We look forward
50 bags?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
we look forward to your contributions to the ARC update.
So your suggestion, your statement is that you're gonna start a committee and, or what are you saying?
You may start a committee. You are the committee chair, man. I will attend. Happy to attend and lend some help and some advice on this. And yeah, Leah, let's do it.
Okay, so how do we start? What's the next step?
So we'll talk via email, right? And we'll figure out, okay, which parts do we want to tackle first? And we'll just kind of go through it. Last time I did it by myself, so I don't really know. How do you want to do it? I guess I should say. I don't want to dictate. So how would you like to go through it?
A big believer, so it has to be an odd number group, because people have to have, it has to be everyone thinking.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Um,
All right, well, we can talk about it after the meeting and figure out how you want to do it, put together an email chain, maybe some people in the community want to participate, I don't know.
honestly, maybe Patty on the email, the Facebook page, ask people if they want to be part of a landscaping committee, or do you want to call it landscaping or ARC committee?
Arc update.
ARC update committee.
Yeah,
Guidelines update.
guidelines, yeah, guidelines update, something like
Is
that.
Something we could put on the Facebook page and ask people and then set a date.
I like it.
All right, you guys choose the date and then Jen will put it up.
And then because they're guidelines though, do we need the community 70% vote or is it just,
No, because it's not a,
it's not a bylaw?
Right, because it's a guideline.
yeah,
All right.
So the board approves it after.
yeah, and it says that we can change the guidelines. So yeah, so last time I did a complete rewrite, I summarized all the changes. And then the board voted on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to watch those videos because it was before me.
Cool.
So can I send this to you to send to the other board members who are on the Zoom so that they can see it?
Please do.
And then work with you on a.
Yep.
I'll try to be smarter than I was last.
Awesome. All right. Anything else we gotta talk about? I think that's about it. Any board members got anything?
Motion to adjourn.
A second.
Thank you.
In favor?
All right.
Aye.
Have a good night.
Me too.
You too.